All right, everybody, welcome to the call today. This is Facebook advertising with listings to leads, and we are going to have a great call today. So let me know where you're coming in from. Good to see everybody with us today. Yi, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Feels good because I had an awesome night's sleep.
A good night's sleep is the
The
best
key.
way to start the day,
Yes.
right? All right, good. Portland, Ohio, awesome. And let's see here. So we are at listingstoleads.com. I did go ahead and I put in the link to our struggling with Facebook ads and follow up page right here where we are all on this call. And let's just give it a minute as people are logging in. Good to see Higgins Lake, Michigan. Kimberly, who you with? I know we got some clients over there in the Higgins Lake area. I think Higgins Lake is a little bit north of Lansing. Is that north of Lansing, Michigan? Surprise, Arizona.
It's crazy how many lakes are there in Michigan, huh?
Oh my God, Michigan. Well, Minnesota. Well,
Yeah.
Michigan's got the Great Lakes all around it. So yeah, no, there are a ton of lakes, especially I'm from Flint, Michigan. And so even in Flint, there's a lot of lakes there as well.
Yeah.
So I think, probably everywhere but Florida. Florida's got lakes. I mean, Florida's got that massive lake right in the middle of it. But uh and yeah, again, yeah, oh, Oakland, California. Well, they got Lake
Oh,
Merritt down
welcome.
there. Although,
We
it's
used
so
to live in the
funny.
city, so
I saw a TikTok and they're to like Lake Merritt, Oakland,
yeah.
and it was like mountains and redwood trees, and everybody was on it like, there's no way that that's Lake Merritt. And I'm like, yeah, that's definitely not Lake Merritt. It was kind of funny. Uh, yeah, Las Vegas with fake lakes. Hey, dude, I'll tell you what, though, a lake is a lake.
That's crazy. Oh my God, this is gonna be a full 35 people. Wow. It's gonna be a great
Yeah,
class. Can't wait. We're
yeah,
gonna get
yeah,
everybody
exactly. Yeah,
excited.
Higgins Lake. So, yeah, north about one point. Yeah, I think my dad had a cottage, a cabin on Higgins Lake. That's why it kind of registers with me. We are recording this call. It will be available on our YouTube channel. So, everybody on this call, we're going to go through things. We're going to go through a lot of things today. Anything that you miss, again, you'll be able to watch the recording, but please do make sure you ask questions as we go through here. I share that link with you just because there are 3 videos on it that I think are absolutely fantastic. And I think they're really things that you want to pay attention to. This first video here is a interview with one of our clients, and he's talking about Facebook ads and follow up. It's a great call. And if you scroll down a little bit, you'll get a little bit of feedback from one of our clients who started doing what we're going to be talking about today and is getting fantastic results. And a big thing with Facebook ads, just like anything, is consistency. All right. So we want to make sure
Mhm.
that we're staying consistent. I pulled the, I pulled the cost per lead averages, and
Yeah.
I'm going to read them off to you here. So coming soon. Now we're talking Facebook ads here. We're going to be talking about listings, yours or borrowed. We got what is your home worth? We got price reduce. There's so many different ads that you can run. But for people who have listings or are borrowing listings, because that's really one of my favorites, coming soon, 255, coming soon and just listed, 255 per lead.
Oh,
Active,
wow. Okay.
yeah, active listings, 243. Open houses, $4.06. So it's a little bit more money, but the thing I love about open houses is that a lot of these people, I shouldn't say a lot, but you're going to get people responding to the ad, coming to the open house. So you're going to be able to connect with people a lot faster. So even
Mhm.
though an open house lead may be, $1.50 more per lead on average, I think those are the best. All right, doing an open house using the open house playbook from Listings to Leads. If you go to listingstoleads.com/open house, you'll see our open house marketing and then our open house mastery. So how do we market an open house to get the most leads, buyer and sellers? And then open
Mhm.
house mastery, where we walk through how to do an open house that's not lame. If we don't want to do a lame open house, I go to so many open houses. And man, I would say less than 5% are what I would call good. Just anyways, pending coming in at $7.12 and then just sold at 761. So fantastic results. And we do have an update coming to the ads, which I'm going to walk through here today a little bit. That should actually be live tomorrow. And I've got something I want to share. So when you log into Listings to Leads,
Yeah, can I
before we
just inject something real quick?
yeah,
For those of you guys who actually want to do this, you can do it with us while we're on the call. So make sure you log into your account and just follow along.
yeah,
So
yes, definitely right, definitely. So yeah, when you log into your account, you're on the dashboard. Again, before we get to the ads, we just dropped an email blast in. So if you scroll down to the section here, database email blast. I'll be doing a video on it later, but just give me a quick minute. Let me show you what's going on here and how to use this. There's a version for buyers and there's a version for your sellers. And if I click on the email title, and you'll see here, hello, first name, you've seen the headlines, homes are sitting longer and sellers are cutting prices. This isn't just this isn't just market noise. It's shaping up to be one of the best buyers markets in nearly a decade. According to Realtor.com, June 2025 housing report trend, homes are sitting longer, averaging 53 days on market. Over 20% of listings had a price reduction in June, highest level of any June since 2016. Sellers are offering closing cost credits, rate buy downs, and real flexibility. In short, you've got options, leverage, and real negotiating power, especially if you've pre-approved and are ready to move. To help you jump in with confidence, I pulled a list of recently price reduced homes in your area. And then people are going to click that. And that's going to go to the price reduced landing page, which I'll show you in a second here. And it continues on with these are homes where you may be able to negotiate thousands off the list price, ask the seller to buy down your mortgage rate, get closing costs covered, saving you even more upfront. If you're thinking about buying this year, this may be the most favorable market we've seen in a long time. And what I will do is I'm going to click send test email. I will click send. And then I'm going to go back to the dashboard. And then there's the one for the sellers. So I'm going to click on that one. And again, this one here is for your seller leads. So here we start off with hello, first name. The headlines are loud. Some say it's a seller's market. Others say buyers now hold the power. So what's actually going on? The truth is the market is shifting, but it's not the same in every price point or zip code. Yes, more homes are sitting longer. Yes, sellers are offering more credits or mortgage rate buy downs, but homes that are move-in ready and priced right, they are getting strong offers, and sometimes multiple. Now, every area is going to be a little bit different. So take this, edit it as you need to be appropriate for yourself. And it continues. Here's something else you might not have heard. New listings dropped 3.2% last month to the lowest level since October 2023, according to Redfin. Inventory may be tightening again, which could work in your favor if you market smart. That is why if you're thinking about selling, strategy matters more than ever. You don't need to guess. You just need a smart local plan. Here's how I can help. A free market update for your neighborhood, a breakdown of what today's buyers are really looking for, and a proven 100 plus point home marketing plan to get your home sold fast in any market. And then people can click to see the flip book. So then they get a free home value estimate as well. So I'm going to click this. Now you can take this, you can send it to your leads in Listings to Leads, or you can take that and copy into whatever email program you're using, Follow Up Boss, KV Core, whatever it is. And let me go to my email and let me break that out. Let me pop that over here to this screen. And so here you can see what the email looks like when it is sent. And that blue button right there, when people click it, it's going to go to a landing page and you've got this in your accounts right now, this is one of the default landing pages with every Listings to Leads account. There's actually 3 different price reduced landing pages. And this one here, get the most up-to-date list of local priced reduced homes now. When sellers lower their selling price, you may have more negotiation power. And so people will select, and they can just say all, or they can select a specific area. And then they can select if they want just all new ones, all previous, or just all. So I'm going to select all of it. They fill it out. Now you'll get the lead notification, and then take that lead, set them up either your MLS to get price reduced homes for sale, your IDX, right? One of the two, and then let them, or what you could do is use our AI text follow-up, or your own, or just, follow up with them and find out what price point they're looking for, what size home they're looking for, like a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 4-bedroom, right? What price range, and then set them up. So when you're following up with these leads, either follow up and find out what they're looking for before you set them up, and let them know, right? Hey, this is Scott, and you requested a list of price reduced homes in the area. And before I send you a list of like hundreds of homes, I want to make sure I send you the best list possible. What price range and size of home are you looking for? So phone call, email, text, follow up with these people, find out what it is they're looking for. Or you could just immediately drop them into a IDX or MLS search for all the price reduced. And then typically they can go in and they can filter that to be more appropriate. And if I go and pull the seller one that I sent to myself as a test email, and so here's the one that was for your seller leads. And again, please click here to see your flip book. And again, you could have signed up for Listings to Leads this morning, and this is ready for you. If you're an agent in a broker account, a lender account, you have your own account, this is dialed in for you. And you can see here, right? I mean, look at that. Automatic. You didn't have to do anything. They can click through, because the more we can put this in front of homeowners in that area, so many people, every week, somebody's telling me this is a game changer in their listing presentation. So when they get this in front of a seller, we've got the PDF version. You can create these for specific listing presentations. So, I hope you know that when you have a listing presentation, you can add that property to your Listings to Leads account, where every image on here is of their home, and it blows their mind. This is just the general account level one. So they can go through here and see your amazing marketing. And you will get more listings signed, and you will close more deals. Let me see here let me bring that back up. And then if they click the green button, it's going to go to a home value. It goes right here. And then here they get their home value right there. And so we want to get these to our buyer leads and to our seller leads. If you have any questions on that, get with our support team. Let us know how we can help you. But I think these are going to be 2 great emails. And give us your feedback in the mastermind group after you have a chance to use it. Would love to hear how you do with it. But again, you can send it out through Follow Up Boss. You can send it out through KV Core, or you can send it through Listings to Leads.
Sandy,
are the emails already filtered for optimized openings? Sandy, what do you mean by that? I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Maybe clarify. Yeah. Hey, you're gonna have a recording just for that. So I think we need to kind of get into the Facebook.
Yes, let's get into the Facebook ads.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go to listings first. And then if we got a little bit of time, we'll go take a look at, for example, price reduced and what is your home worth. So for listings, so here's the deal. And you'll see this in the link I put into the chat. If you're watching this on the recording, go to listingstoleads.com/blog, search for struggling with Facebook ads and follow up. You'll see that same post. And when we have a listing, ours are borrowed, right? It could be an open house. It could be just listed. Click the green market listing button. And then when you do your regular marketing, you're just going to work down this list. But for our purposes here, we're going to click Facebook and Instagram ads. And this will come up. And all I want you to do, and there we go. It's super, super simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Confirm your location. Do not add location. Confirm your radius. So we got a radius of 15 miles. I would not expand that. Leave it at 15. You got a lifetime budget of $35. So for this right here, minimum should be 50. You really should be trying to get up to $125 a week with a combined Facebook ad budget for buyer leads. And then for seller leads, if I do a seller lead ad, when you think about seller leads are coming in, for the pending and just sold, right, around $7.
Yeah.
Home value is going to be, 15 to 20 bucks. So, you're going to want to do like $100 minimum on those. But here I'm going to put 50. And it's going to default for 1 week. I'm going to change my template. I'm going to click change template. There's a template that I like better for a social media post. That's a good one. But for my ads, I like to have that main image up on the top. So you see that looks beautiful. Now, the only other thing here I want everyone to pay attention to is make sure that the four images here are good images. Bad images, just like any kind of marketing, right? The images that you are using, whether it is on TikTok, whether it is direct mail, whether it is a Facebook ad, images matter. So have good images, I hope. And then you want to make sure that we don't have 4 images of the front of the house. All right.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
When you go click, what was the template default at? You have to go change the template.
Well, usually it should be like this. I get in here and I mess around and I'm playing out with my templates all the time. If it's not if you don't see, if your template is not showing house on top with the 3 images on the bottom, how you change it is by clicking that change template button. And then again, down here, there are 21 different templates, but similar to seller assisted pricing, we've got agent assisted templates. And so, sometimes agents want a template with their picture on it. I highly recommend against that. All right. Your picture will be on your Facebook page. You can put your pictures in the email signature, maybe. Putting your picture in the ad itself is not optimized, to use Sandy's word there. All right. So I like to have the first template is my favorite. That's the one that I think converts the best system wide. Mm-hmm. And to the point when I was saying if these are all 4 of the front of the house, or I've seen people come into the mastermind group and they'll say, hey, my ad is performing badly. And I go look at it and it's like, there'll be an image of a staircase. I've seen images of, a corner of a third bedroom, some random weird photos in there. To edit the photos here, just click the little edit icon on the top left of the template. And then now you will see on the top left of every image here, I can click and now I can change the template. Or I'm sorry, change the image. So I can just navigate, change the image, select a new image, and then use these are all the same, front of the house. Let me find that. I think that was 10:50. No, it wasn't, but you'll get the point here. So then I can select a different image, click insert, and now that image will be what is used. So I'm good to go here. So I will leave that alone. Just click save once you got that good. And once you save it, you won't have to mess with it again because it'll save that going forward. So even when you change the status of the listing, you'll keep that, you'll keep that same template. And, Daphne, when I hear that and I look at people's ads, typically it is, I would use AI text follow-up. And then B, you got to just stay consistent, right? I had a client that called me last week, or I was talking to a client last week, and you got to get enough leads coming in. All right, that's really the name of the game.
Yeah, definitely. I'm curious to find out like what's the ad budget and how many leads you're getting from that ad.
Yeah, I was talking to a client last week, and he said the same thing to me. And when I went and looked at his ads, he had generated like 5 to 6 leads a week, right?
That's not
Not
enough.
much.
That is
And
not
just
enough
and not
to
staying
generate
consistent. When
five to six
Daphne, I
K.
really wanted you to go back and I want you to read and watch those 2 interviews, and I want you to read that entire post because, staying consistent, is
Yeah,
really a big thing. Yeah. See?
35.
Yeah, $35,
That's
right?
not
And
enough.
what did I just say? I literally just said, we wanna
Fif
be doing $125 a week because I become a $35 in
That's
business.
the minimum. Yeah.
What are you gonna get for $35 anywhere? You're not gonna get much of anything. And if you're doing $35, kinda randomly, that inconsistency, people don't know you, they don't see you. One of the things with Gordon, we have other clients in his area, and they're like, damn, we see Gordon everywhere on Facebook and on Instagram because he's staying consistent. The algorithm gets better. So you've got to just stick with it and keep at it and stay consistent. That's really super important. All right, so we got the
In
ad,
written way, I know the default's 35, right? In our system.
and that's only the minimum.
I
So
know. Um, maybe we should have a thing recommended 50, like in the
yeah, we
system.
can put that in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
What post? The post that is at the top of the chat. So again, as I mentioned earlier, let me see here. God, Facebook, somehow they got it messed up. But let me show you here. If I go to edit, sorry, I have to take a call. We're going to new list. Fabulous. All right. But again, now Daphne, listen, $50 for an ad, all right, that's what I say is the minimum, but you want to be getting up to $125 a week, whether it's one ad at 125, 2 ads, maybe 65 and 60 each. But there's the concept of when you want to start a fire, what do you need? You need to have oxygen. When you're driving your car, you need to have gas, and you got to have enough gas, you got to have enough oxygen. And so, the idea of, hey, I'm just going to run an ad for $35 or $50 and judge the results of the marketing based on one ad. It's like going to the gym and judging results on one workout. You want to keep at it. And again, listings. Let
Mhm.
me. I think I closed that post up. But again, just if you scroll up in the chat, you're going to see the link I dropped in there. Struggling with Facebook ads and follow up. Go to that. Read through that later because there's a couple of hours worth of great content there that we're obviously not going to have enough time to go through all of it today. But
Yeah. Mhm.
take a look at that and go through it and do your best to implement it the way we talk about.
Yeah. And the good news is Gordon actually will join us live next Monday, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can hear from him again how he
Yep.
does the follow-up and continue to expand his business.
Yep.
So,
Exactly. So what I want to show everybody is the information that people are. So when they click on the ad, the first question that is asked is, what is your time frame to buy? Now, we are going to be adding another default question to that. So there's actually going to be 2 questions. I think tomorrow it'll start.
uh-huh.
Where for the buyer leads, we're going to be asking, and I'm not sure, I may not be phrasing it exactly right, but it's going to be something along the lines of, so the first will be, what is your time frame to buy, like you see here? And then the second question, and this is all automated. The second question is going to be, would you like a copy of my ultimate guide to buying a home? Which I think, Daphne, may even help with follow up a little bit because now people can get your listings to leads PDF guide, the ultimate guide to buying a home, right? It's in your listings to leads account under PDF guides. For the seller ads, it will say the first question is, what is your time frame to sell? And then the second question will be, would you like a copy of my ultimate guide to selling a home? No
Mm,
matter what they put in there, in the autoresponder, we're going to include a link to that guide. So even if they say no, we're going to over deliver in the autoresponder and include a link to that guide for people. Completely branded to you. So again, even if you signed up for a free trial right now, or your broker gave you an account today, when you go through the onboarding wizard, all of that gets set up. So you know you got your photo, your logo, your brand colors, all of that great stuff. So even if you've never seen the guide, it will be completely branded to you and your broker or your office. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Or maybe your team if you're on a team.
Yeah.
All right. So that is for a listing ad. Now, you could upload a Canva image, you can upload video, you can retarget. There's a lot of great things that you can do.
Could I just real quickly
Yeah.
avoid agent photos, right? Anything your big face on it, we want to avoid all of that.
Yeah.
And what else you want to tell people when it comes to images? In addition to bad quality, like avoid bathrooms, like what do you recommend? Like kitchen, like
Well, yeah, like we saw here. Yeah,
yeah.
great question. So let's go back to this listing here. And if I go back to the ad, so let's go back to Facebook and Instagram ad. I don't like carousel ads. So, carousel ads, people start clicking through. Just the more they click, the more
You're gonna
the
lose.
more the
Yeah.
more they click, the less likely they are to click through, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So now this is a little bit different, but I like to have the front of the house on top. Then I like to have the kitchen and one of the three photos along the bottom. A living room, if the living room looks nice. Now, every house is going to be different. In this case, you see here, they got a backyard with a pool. In fact, let me make this bigger so everyone can see it. All right. Is that a little easier for everybody to see? So you see, I got
Mhm.
the front of the house on top. This property has a beautiful backyard with a pool. So I wanted to put that bottom left. Bottom center, I got the kitchen. And then bottom right, I've got the living room. And so I walked through how to do that just a minute ago. So it should be very easy for you. And again, once I've done that once, that template will stay the same. And then later on, as I do another ad next week, I can swap that around a little bit if I want to, or I can change this color from red to green to orange to blue to make it look a little bit different. I can change the text in that image there as well. And I'll show you that on the next example that I do.
And one more thing, we have agents have asked us if it's okay to include videos, and what's your take on that?
For video, for straight up lead generation, I don't really care for video in my ads. But for example, I'll tell you, let's do a just sold or let's do a pending ad. And let's address that question here because I think once a listing goes pending or sold, the use of video becomes a lot better. And I'll explain what I mean by that. So let's say you've got a pending or a just sold listing. And this could be where you're the selling agent. So if you have a buyer in contract, we had a client. One time I had a client who had a buyer. They were the selling agent on a property. They added that listing to their account via the green add listing button. You have to do it manually when you're the buyer's agent for a pending or sold listing. But they
Mhm.
added the listing. They did a Facebook ad. They got another listing from it. We had a client who had a buyer in contract on a listing. And while they were in contract, they added that listing to their account, used the nearby homeowner letter, and got a listing before the property closed, which I thought was hilarious. Because can you imagine being the listing agent and then
You already
the
got
yeah the agent for the buyer has another listing right near your listing when it was so if you're a listing agent you're thinking well it's going to be great because it's easy. I don't want to say it's easy but it's easier to get listings when you've got a listing in the area because you can
right,
promote it
right,
using listings to leads just sold marketing blueprint. But the buyer did an end run and they did it and they used the listings to leads just
smart,
pending blueprint and got a listing, which is
right.
absolutely awesome.
Because a listing goes both way. Just because you're a
Yeah.
buyer's agent. That doesn't mean you can't leverage that listing. See, a lot of
Yep.
agents don't think that way, and I want you to
Yep.
think that way.
Yep.
Any listing,
100%.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna address one of the agents from Oakland. She's like, I'm the solo broker. I don't have any listings to borrow. For the last maybe 2 months, we have seen agents borrow other companies' listings.
Yeah, 100%, especially in this market right now. Yeah, call up another agent. And this is, to that point, I have seen where agents borrow listings that have been in the market for 2 months, run an ad, and get buyers from it. And the cool thing about buyers is a lot of these buyers, in fact, Gordon, last week and the week before, when I was talking to him, he got buyer leads that he engaged with that had a home to sell. So you're going to find that buyer leads oftentimes, more often than, before I didn't really think it was that much. But in fact, 20 to 40% of the buyer leads that you're generating will have a home,
Yeah.
and a lot of them are going to be selling that home. And they live in the area and they're just moving around. It's not like they're moving out of state or they're not moving across country or anything. So you're going to find that a lot of these buyer leads will have a home
That's
to
for
sell,
seller
which is
leads. Totally.
absolutely fantastic.
Mm-hmm. That's the
Yeah.
cheapest way. This the best way to generate seller leads because they always look for homes first.
Yeah,
Always.
if you think about it, right? If you're a homeowner and you're starting to kind of think about selling your home, and I'm going to tie in the email. So imagine you are and in fact, I might even send that seller email.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'll get back to that thought in a minute here. All right, let's take a look at this for pending and sold Facebook ads. All right, and I'm going to get to the idea of video. So again, we're going to confirm location, radius, lifetime budget. Here's $50. Now, this is a pending or sold, and I'm going to increase my budget to 75. Just because, again, my average cost per lead is going to be $7. Now, you might be $15, which is still not bad for a seller lead at all. You might be as low as $5. So, we're not going to know until you actually start running the ads. So it's going to default for 1 week. Again, I can click change template. Let's just do it again because I'm sure some people have missed it before. I want to
Mm-hmm.
change the template to the image on top. So when the pop-up comes, I scroll down, select this template here, and you can see it is exactly how I like it. So I got the front of the home on top. I got the living room, kitchen, backyard. Oh, let me show you one more thing. Let me show you how to change the colors and change that text. So let's let this cycle real quickly here. And because sometimes if your brand colors, especially if your brand color or if you're using blue, that can fade into Facebook. And so you might want to change that color. And to do that, again, click on edit, just like if you're going to change the images. And down here, you can see the color swatch. So that's red. You got your font. So I can change that. Here's black. Here's gray. Here's blue. I can change the intensity or the brightness, what have you, like that, as you can see. And then there's a little edit right here in the bottom left of the banner where it says click here to find out more. Edit text. I can click that, edit the text, edit
Mm-hmm.
the subline. So, a lot of great edits there. But to the video. So here's what I like for video, for pending and sold. And I cover this in the webinar last night on just sold marketing. I cover this on pending marketing. And just super, super quick, if you were not on that call, I talk about changing the property description on pending and sold listings.
Mm.
Typically, your property description is going to be talking about the property itself, right? Beautiful home, yada, 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 great stuff. All right, perfect. It's good when I'm marketing that home for sale. But once that home goes into contract, I want to change the property description to reflect the fact that we got this home into contract. Or if it's sold, that we got this property sold. And as part of that, I want to highlight my 100 plus point home marketing plan, right? Using listings to leads, help get that property sold. I talk about the number of days, whatever is gonna be a positive thing for both you and the market. So here I talk about how we got this home into contract in 23 days, generated 18,256 views on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, email, direct mail, and other marketing activities, versus the 457 views the property had on Zillow. So I like to compare and contrast against Zillow because a lot of people, they look at Zillow as the Bible of real estate. I let them know that we got 45 buyer inquiries, 12 showings, 2 offers. And the problem is there's only one home, but there were 18,255 potential buyers. Or you could say, for example, you could change that around and say, the problem is there's only one home, but I've got 45 other buyers in my database looking for homes in this area. Because we want to let the idea of scarcity that, this is just one home. So if you are a homeowner in the area, and as you can see here, we transitioned to that idea. Are you in your forever home? If you're open to the idea of potentially selling your home, please keep reading. We've got all these potential buyers looking for homes like this one. And then automatically in your listings to leads account, there's a video there. I got a property video, 3D tour, but scrolling down, people can access your 100 point home marketing plan right from within listings to leads, right within your single property website. All right. So back into the ad work area. So if I click change image and video to kind of finish the point on video, if you wanted to do a video where you're talking about how you got that home into contract, where you're essentially paraphrasing what you saw there in my property description. So you may say something like, 333 Main Court in Rockland is now in contract with our 100 point home marketing plan. We generated 45 buyer inquiries from our Facebook and social media ads, our direct mail, and our email marketing. Overall, we had 50,000 people see this property in the last 4 weeks using our 100 plus point home marketing plan from the time that the property was just listed through being active for sale and the open houses that we did. So, the idea of talking through your marketing and how it benefited the homeowner in getting that home sold to meet their goals, right? Because the whole idea is getting a property sold. That I think I would still run an image ad, and then I might run a video ad as a like maybe it could be a retargeted. So you can see here, you can retarget current leads. So if you got custom audiences in Facebook, you will see here under advanced options that we use, if you get your pixel, so I've got my conversion pixel right here set up. All right. But either way, just click the green create ad button. All right. And again, keep in mind, if you are the buyer's agent, so you're the selling agent, let me just point you in the right direction of how would you add that listing to your account? And then let's go look at price reduced and what is your home worth? I didn't look up those stats, but I know price reduced is pretty good. And I'll look up the what is your home worth a little bit later today. But so for all of you that have where you're representing the buyer and you're in contract, either as pending or maybe recently sold, go to add listing right here and manual, change the status to either, notice we got in contract, under deposit, active contingent, and pending. So whatever you call it in your area. And if you call it something else, I'll show you how to do that. We got just sold selling agent, just sold listing agent. We got a lot of others as well, but for this case, I'll just do under deposit. Custom banner, so I can change that as well. Then just add the property. Now, don't steal or take the listing agent's photos. Go by and take your own. You only need one photo. So go by, take a photo of the property, maybe while you are doing an inspection or doing something at the property with your buyer. If the property already sold, just go do a drive by at some point when you have time. Take a photo of that property. And then on the next page here, it says save and add photos. Upload, even if it's just one photo, add it. Now, if you are the listing agent and for whatever reason that listing is not in your account, go ahead and add all the photos. And then that will drop into your account, and you will be able to not only do the Facebook ad, but you'll be able to do all the great marketing. You have the nearby homeowner letter. You got the tools. You got if it's just sold selling agent, you will have the e-flyers. You will have all the great tools to generate more buyer and seller leads. And Makesha says, I just sold 2 listings on the buyer side. Markeisha, when did you sell them? Like in the last, I would say if you sold them in the last 60 days, you can still do it. So, I mean, if it was like 3 or 4 months ago, maybe not so much, but I think if it
Within
was in the
60
last
days,
60 days,
yeah.
right? So
Sounded
Markeisha,
like,
let me know.
yeah, within 60 days, I think that's reasonable, right? Anything beyond that, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, last month for sure.
Yeah. So Markeisha, so go by sometime later this week, or I mean, it's already Thursday, maybe whenever. Grab a photo. All right, so go take a photo of the front of the house. Again, come in here, go to add listing manual. It should literally take you, under 3 or 4 minutes. Select the proper status, right? So just sold, for example, just sold selling agent right there. And you don't put selling agent on the banner, just sold is fine. And just add the information. You can see here, just, super quick and easy. Again, don't take the listing agent's photos, description. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to listingstoleads.com/just sold. So if I go to listingstoleads.com, and you can do pending as well. But if you go to listingstoleads.com/just sold, you will see there's 2 links, and you'll see the same thing at pending as well. But there are 2 links. One is listing agent, one is selling agent. And just click the link. So selling agent in your case. And then I'm sure there are others on this call where this is relevant for you. And just scroll down to the property description area and copy and paste this into yours, and just edit it to be appropriate for that particular sale that you did. Does that make sense?
Yeah, with the playbook, just add it to your
Yeah.
so that save you a lot all the time. Yeah. But I'm glad you pointing out people to the right direction, because otherwise they wouldn't know where to go. So it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. Solve
And
your
again,
problem, Akisha.
yeah, and don't stop. Oh, I got ads up. All right. So for ads, you got Facebook ads, you got Google ads, and I mentioned earlier about create audience. So you can actually create, if you got a database of you can upload your database, either database seller leads, database buyer leads, database all. If you got a list of homeowners from My Plus Leads or RedX or another vendor where you can buy a list of all the homeowners in your area, you could upload that here, and you can see here upload contacts, and we can create what we'll do is we'll send that to Meta. They will create the custom audience right there. So that's the create audience. For create Facebook ad notice, we got create listing ad. So that's what we've already done. We got create landing page ads, create PDF guide ads, create custom ads. I'm going to go to landing pages. Some people like to do the ads from there. I like to go to either the landing page or the landing page or the guide. So for landing page, I'm going to do filter by type, and I'm going to go let's go property valuation plus. So here are all my, what are your home worth landing pages? And I'm going to find this one for Folsom right here. Click marketing tools. And I didn't look these up this morning, but these typically come in at around,
12.
20 bucks a seller lead.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
still
here's
good.
the ad. What is your home worth now? Recent home sales have affected your home's value. I can click edit, and this is true for all of them. And I can, for example, I can say, attention, Folsom homeowners, recent home sales, including one for 1, 2,
Mhm.
and I can come down here and I'm going to just get rid of it. And all I'm just want to show you is how you can customize the text right here. Now, for the listings, we know the city of the listing, so we will autofill that for you. For the landing pages, right? Price any of the landing pages, because we don't have the location. So here I'm going to type in location. So Folsom, and I'll select California. Now objective, this you can do whatever you want here. I like to do lead ads. And I know some, again, you can do traffic. If I were to do traffic, what will happen is people click the ad, they will go to the landing page, and then they'll have to fill out the landing page. Now, a lot of the times they may just put in their property address, not do their name and email. And so you get what are called partial leads. What I like to do is I like to use lead ads. So at least I get their name, email, and phone number from Facebook. And then they go to the landing page. They will click they'll put in their address. And if they fill out the rest of the landing page, perfect. They get their home value right then, no problem. But if they don't, I've got their name, email, and phone number, and the lead information will append. So I'll have all their information, and then I can just go add them so that they get their home value right from the landing page. So to me, it's not quite as easy, but you will get more full leads that way. Does that make
Right,
sense
right.
for everybody?
Yeah.
So
Better
I like to do lead
quality.
ads. And again,
Mm.
so Folsom for location. Again, radius 15 miles. Don't, special housing ad category. There's nothing we can do with that. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people complain about not having a lot of money. That's why running ads for buyer leads is so fantastic, because you're averaging $4 to $5 or $3 to $5 a buyer lead, where we want more. A lot of people want more buyers,
Mhm.
and a fair number of those buyer leads have a home to sell. So it's a really great way to back into seller leads at a better cost per lead. Here, I mean, you're gonna have to go to $100 a week minimum, and then think about it. Whether it's 1%, 5%, 10%, I would have to, and I'm only generating 5 leads a week. I mean, even at 5%, it's going to take me how long to get a lead? Like how much money? Like I'm not that good at math. Do you know? So let's say
Sorry.
let's
Yeah.
how much? 30 leads?
Yes, father.
About 30 leads. So, and I'm generating 20. That's to me, that's just not a good trade-off. I'm
Mm.
not getting enough leads coming in to make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
But regardless, $100, create ad. Now, here's the thing. Do you notice on this list right here, there are Google ads, social media posts, There's an e-flyer for your database, right? Check
Yeah.
this out. There's an e-flyer I can send to my database. So there are a lot of great ways to use that landing page other than straight up just Facebook ads. We got postcards and door hangers. We've got print flyers. Oh yeah. I said this letter is fantastic. Let me show you this letter. Let me download this. You could door knock, you could mail the letter. So there are a lot of great ways to use that landing page. Look at that. Hope you're having a great week. June home sales in Folsom are in, and this has affected your home value. I want to invite you to get new home value now below, right? Scan the QR code, and I got a link to your client review website. If you got that set up, if you don't, that won't be there. So, right, you can door knock with that letter. You could mail the letter. You got the postcards. You got the e-flyer. This is something I would send out to my database once a month to my database. And that way, again, all those buyer leads that have a home to sell get this. And instead of paying $20 a lead for Facebook, I'm generating all these buyer leads. A number of them have a home to sell. And if I send this out, and I would send it out to my buyer leads as well, because all those buyer leads that have a home are going to see it and they're going to go, oh, great. And they're going to click it. They're going to go to the landing page and they can get their home value right there. Does that everybody see how that works? So can I post commercial listings? Yeah, you can. Yeah, totally. Yeah, for sure. I would just make sure when you look at the property description that it makes sense. That description in the listing is really more geared for homes. Commercial is a little bit different. So just as you look at the ad copy and the ad itself, just make sure it makes sense for what you're doing.
Right.
All right. Let's go back to landing page and look at price reduced, because this is another good one. So again, I go to landing pages. I'm going to go filter by type, price reduced right here. There's 3 different price reduced landing pages in your account. You can take a look at them. This one here, select area. I'm going to click marketing tools. And again,
we don't have
attention
stats
home
for
buyers.
that yet, right?
I'm sorry.
For the price reduced.
What was your question?
We do not have the stats for the price reduced.
No, but for a few accounts I don't have the system wide, but I did look at a few accounts in the past week. They're coming in at like $4 to $6 a lead.
Oh, that's really good.
So a little bit more than on the listings.
Yeah.
And again, for the price reduced, I would, like I said, I would either in my follow-up, there's 2 different paths that you can take. Put all these leads into your IDX or MLS for a search of price reduced homes for sale. And I would still follow up with them. All right, I'm still going to call, email, text, whatever. Make sure those leads get to your CRM, or make sure they stay in listings leads, and you've got either the AI text or the email follow-up set up. So here I can either do lead ad or traffic. So I'll show you if I do traffic. So again, what will happen is if I select traffic, they will click the ad. They're going to go right to the landing page. So imagine here's the ad. And when they click it, they're going to go to this landing page right here. They're going to select the option.
Yeah.
This is fully customizable. But what we're doing here is we take the city from your profile. So whatever you have in your profile as a city will be included here. And then I believe it is 3 more, the first 3 locations of listings that you've got. So if you got a listing in Granite Bay, Sacramento, and Folsom, all of those will populate here by default. And then there's going to be the all, because most people are going to say, just give me all. But they got their choice. They're going to click here. This right here is all default. So again, this is all set up for you. Name, email, phone number. All of this is completely editable. I'll show you how you can edit that in a second. But just like before, location, So type in Folsom,
So can
edit.
you
Go ahead.
explain to people once you hit traffic, once they hit that, click that, what did they get? You kind of,
I'm sorry?
you have the objective right now is traffic. Okay.
Yes.
So can you explain to people if somebody land on that Facebook ad, when they click, what do you get as an agent? What information? Traffic versus
Well, you won't get anything
yeah.
because they'll just click right through. So, and that's why I like the Facebook lead form, because I get their name, email, and phone number right, and what is their time frame to buy right from the Facebook lead form, which is phenomenal. But everyone, and you know, this is like everything else in real estate, and why real estate can be so difficult. Everyone has an opinion on the best way to do it. I can ask 5 different people, you know, how to do something, and they're all going to tell me a different way of doing it. So I just want to explain the major options for everybody, and as much as possible, the pros and cons of them. Yakov, lead for listings, I like lead ads. All right. Now, and what is your home worth? I like lead ads. For price reduced, I like to do traffic, location, radius, again, lifetime budget. I'm going to say $50. It'll default for 1 week. I can change the image or even include a video if I want. We got the advanced options if you need it, but for the most part, you don't. For most people, you don't need advanced options. That's why we put it under advanced options, and just click create ad. So everything in here is completely editable, and we've got just a couple of minutes left. So let me show you for this landing page. Let me go back to the beginning. I'm going to show you how to edit that landing page, and this is true for all the landing pages, because you can create as many landing pages as you want. So I'm going to go filter by type, and notice we got iBuyer, FSBO, expired, avoid foreclosure, price reduced. So we're looking at price reduced, and when I'm looking at it here, there's an edit. So I'm going to click edit, and I can change the background image. I can even include a video or solid color. I can change the social media share image. So this is completely editable, right? So I can change the text in here. I can change the color, just like we saw with the listings. I can change the color of the button, the background right there. Custom page content. A lot of different options here that for this landing page aren't really relevant, but for other ones it is. Form fields. So this right here, this is, you can see the title text right there in the top. Description text, that's this right here. Call to action button, that's what's in the button, right? Get your list of price reduced homes for sale. And then under here, you see that right there, it says select. It's kind of at the bottom left, so hopefully you can all see it. It's right, it's almost being a little bit covered up. You know? but you can still see it right there. Everybody can see that, I believe. If I click, I can turn that off, but if I click edit, you will see here are all those locations. So if I wanted to turn one, if I wanted to delete one, I could. So delete it. If I want to add another one, I can. So like Sarasota, let's just say, and I can move it up there. And again, I can change the title of that text. I can make it required or not. I've got it set as required. Click save. And now when I look at that landing page, Sarasota right there. So I can customize everything on this landing page. We've got it set up where you don't need to customize anything. But for those of you, maybe you want to add in a different image that's more appropriate for your area. Maybe you want to add in a couple of different locations that we don't have in here for you. Maybe you want to change what you're collecting on the lead form over here. You can do that. In fact, if there are no other questions, I'm going to end this with showing you, again, on the editor, right in the editor section right here, it says page. Notice it says intro on the dropdown. Then there's step 2 and success. So if I go to step 2 and I open up form fields, I can edit all of this right here, as you can see here. So I can say, you know what, I don't want phone, or I can say I want phone, but I can click edit and either make it required or not. I can change the order. I can change the text right here. So again, all of this is customizable, just like we saw earlier. All right.
One more. Can you go back and see how people get to this page again? Step 1, step 2. Just
Yeah.
one more time.
Yep. So let's just go to the main landing pages. So you can either search if you know the landing page name, or you can go, I like to do filter by type, because I've got so many, I got like hundreds of landing pages. So I go filter by type and I select price reduced. And then here are those 3 price reduced. And there is a view. So that'll open up the landing page, edit, and I can even duplicate it. So if I want to create more of these landing pages, I can. But in this case, I click edit. And then the landing page is right here in the area, but then my work area is over here on the left-hand side. So I can say upload a different image, and maybe I want to use, we got a lot of stock images that you can use, or you can go get your own image. Maybe you want to use an image of a listing that you have in there. Make sense? Yeah, Yakov, I didn't look up the average cost per lead of these listings, although I did look at a few accounts in the last week. One of them was coming in at $4. One is coming in at $6. All right. Any other questions? Where can I find recording? Go to our YouTube channel, click on live. So when you go to our YouTube channel, inside of the account, go to marketing calendar, and you will see, give it a second here, resources right there, resources. And if I go to YouTube right there, subscribe, and then live. That's just the quickest way to find all of these. And so, for example, here's the one that we did last night, Unlock the Power of Just Sold Marketing, right? Lead follow-up, right? All right there. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Any other questions before we leave? Everybody good to go? Make sure to share your affiliate links. You got an affiliate link right here. You get 15% recurring, no caps, no limits. We've had people making $1,000 or more a month from this. You can just click copy link, share that with people. You got marketing invites. You got sent an email, a social media post, a print flyer. Print flyers are really great for people that are doing lunch and learn. So if you're like a coach or a lender or a trainer, the print flyer can be good because people can actually scan the QR code in the print flyer and go to your affiliate link, which is really awesome. So you'll see right there, if I click on that, there's a PDF, and I can just print that, take it to my lunch and learn. And maybe I'm doing a training at my office and I want to use my affiliate link for them to sign up with. I can do that. Or again, if you're a lender and you're doing training for agents, good stuff right there. All right, everybody. Listen, thank you so much for joining us. We'll talk to you soon. I think the next call is, let me see real quickly before we go. If I go to the blog or go to leadgenwebinars.com, you'll be on this page right here directly. And the next, we got the lender call at 11. Oh, then our next call is not till Monday. All right. Awesome. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Any questions, get with our support team. They're more than happy to help you. We get great feedback from people about our support team. Otherwise, we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, everyone.